no matter how cheesy that sounds, I love this music. I love this artist. And then I stumbled into this acting stuff. That's my boss.
Yeah.
You know, so that's really nice to hear.
You nailed this. Like, phenomenal job, both of you.
Thank you.
They really put you to work on this one, Timothy.
Yeah.
So many skills to learn. Which did you find the toughest to master, would you say?
I don't know. They were equally challenging and also equally enjoyable because I had the 5 years to work on this.
Right.
So the movie put me to work, and I put me to work, and I just. But it was a labor of love, you know. No matter how cheesy that sounds, I love this music. I love this artist. I loved working with Jim, the whole cast. So it was really, truly a very enjoyable experience.
Time well spent.
Yeah,
Time
exactly.
well spent. James, for you, was there a moment during the filming or when you first started where you looked at like Timothy on set and you were like, I've just made the right decision, like he is so perfect?
Well, I knew that way earlier. I wasn't debating whether I had partnered up with the right guy. But I was how the height of the ceiling was the part that was so
Right.
like how far he would go, and very quickly in the very first week of shooting, it was really clear to me that if I could just keep clearing space for him, he would keep filling it.
Is it nice hearing all?
It's amazing.
There's been so many amazing things said about
No, but
you.
this is that's my boss.
Yeah.
You know, so that's really nice to hear.
It's always nice to hear. We do see in the film how excited Bob is to meet Woody right at the very start. And I was curious for both of you, actually. Has there been someone who you have been particularly excited to meet in your career, like the one person you would go to any length to have met?
Barbara Walters.
It's an interesting answer.
Yeah, well, first of all, Dylan, I was really interested to meet. That just kind of happened, but there was a moment in my life as a young man where like all I wanted to do was be Steven Spielberg as a 13, 14-year-old young man watching those movies unspool, and the chance to actually meet him and make a movie with him, separate from the whole movie experience, was just a kind of closing of the circle in which you get to collaborate with someone who was who you just read about in magazines and made you want to be a movie director, you know.
Did you have the same experience with Barbara?
The exact same. And then I stumbled into this acting stuff. But the dream is to
be an interview journalist for
interview journalist.
Barbara Walters?
Legendary broadcast one of one singular.
Okay. Whoa, I have so
generation
debased
defining
Barbara
in the process of Inquisition.
Yeah, I've got nothing.
Systematically
got
makes
nothing on.
everyone cry.
Yeah.
Who has the magical, like she's like the Stanislavski of interviews. Everyone is reduced to raw emotion.
And also, Bob was very excited to get the letter from Johnny Cash as well in here.
Yes.
I imagine people don't send letters that much anymore, but have you ever received praise or like an email or something from someone who you've really looked up to that meant a lot to you?
Barbara Walters.
I love that your answer's just that for every.
She was deeply moved by this movie. I did 1 and 2 really early on and went out of her way to reach out to me.
It is a beautiful
related
thing.
to it in
It
some
is a
way.
beautiful thing when people reach out. One of the first times I remembered is I just finished Girl Interrupted, and I was shopping in Los Angeles, and I saw Michael Mann, and I introduced myself to him, and he said, "Oh my God, we just saw Girl Interrupted. You have to come out with me." And he told the clerk to keep my groceries, and he took me out of the parking lot where his daughters were in the car, and he introduced me to his whole family, and it was just this moment where, you know, you just someone you think who is a fabulous, incredible director just takes the moment to say, "You're awesome," or "You did something well," and that kind of affirmation is it's everything.
Well,
it is, and it still is, to be honest. When we do things like this, the notes from peers who see it is everything, because they know what we do.
Yeah.
We all know what we do and how hard it is to get it through the system, to get the work to the screen, to get it on the screen, and so it really means something when you hear it from your peers or even your superiors.
Well, I am not any of those, but I will say that you've done a phenomenal job.
Thank
with
you.
this,
Thank you
and
so
I
much.
think, people are going to love it.
Thank you.
You could not have done a better job.
I appreciate it. I
It's
appreciate it.
so
I
nice
appreciate
to
it. Nice
see
to
you
see you.
again.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.